Hey everyone, trying something new. I'm going for a walk into this forest. It is this one over here. I have actually been in this forest quite a lot recently because the environment at this time, it is 3 in the morning, pretty early, but or late for some, I suppose could say. But there are so many animals in this forest. It is amazing to experience. And I love just being in nature. I always loved going on hikes, and I figured, why not try to document some of it? I have always kind of been interested in making videos. I took a art school, I suppose you can say, where we learned to make videos, short movies. Maybe I post some of them in the future. We'll see. Or maybe I just keep making videos where I go around talking, kind of just show my day. But yeah, I hope you'll come along this journey, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the trail here is actually not that long. It's only a couple of kilometers. I don't know what that is in the freedom units. Oh, probably can't see him. But already we just got into the forest and there's a deer over there. Look at this beautiful place. There are benches over there, you can kind of see it. You just see the sunrise and the whole town. It's just amazing. But I'm getting absolutely eaten by mosquitoes. I'm thinking, since he's over there, we'll go the other way. Remember, people, it's amazing to look at these creatures, but you shouldn't disturb them. I'm going into their territory. So we should have respect for the fact that they want to rest at this hour. There are some other people here. Now you might ask, why am I out here in this hour? Well, it is just barely a temperature where you can walk around in like t-shirt outside. Inside, no matter where you live right now in Denmark, it is so hot. It is just unbearable. Oh my god. I definitely didn't catch that on camera, but there was a bat. There are so many bats in this whole forest. It's so amazing. Also, this place, I live basically in the main city of Aarhus. Um, this is basically the only place I can see stars at night. And I love going out here to just watch shooting stars. I often come here with friends, we eat. Maybe we could post something like that in the future when the sky's a little more clear. But normally I do that in winter because, well, it's only like 4, almost 4, and the sun is already out. It's kind of impossible to see the stars in this time of year. But look at that. And I imagine my hand movement aren't the best. Like I said before, I've done a lot of filming, but that was with a full camera. Now I'm filming on my phone. Really different experience. But I think it's gonna be fun. It's like a different medium, you could almost say. But I'm excited to see how my voice comes through on the recording. I was also thinking of making a couple of videos where I go around in Denmark and visit abandoned places around the city and maybe the country if we get to that point. I already have some friends who could be interested in making videos. One thing I kind of love, you see all the greenery and how big the grass is. You can still see the deer up there, by the way. He's just standing there. It's funny, I don't even think he's looking at me. He's got his back turned, but you see all the grass and stuff. Most of the time, it's just a barren. It's so sad that for some reason, I don't know if it's the people who live up there or if it's the government, but they always cut it down. It's just, I wish we could let nature just grow. We have so much city. We need more nature, man. This part is definitely going to be a bit dark. Turn on the light. Getting a lot of bugs. Ooh, there's some big creature walking around in there. I actually don't want to spread too much attention to myself. Like I said before, I don't want to disturb the animals. But I have also been in this area for a long time, so I know further up ahead there are a lot of homeless people, and they almost always stay out of the way, but they like to set up small camps and sleep. So I don't want to disturb them. Like, I don't want to be the rude guy out here yelling in the woods with his phone out. Nah. It just occurred to me. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Christian. I am not a Christian. I'm 22 years old. My hobbies mainly consist of not being able to sleep, going for walks. I like playing video games. Right now, I'm platinuming one of my favorite games of all time, The Last of Us. I got the remake for the PS5. So amazing. I'm only missing a few trophies. Just love that story, man. It also hits different, you know? I played it for the first time when I was 17. Not that long ago. But I didn't really have any full experience with loss. When I turned 20, I lost my grandpa. That was kind of hard. He was always there, you know. He wasn't a man that spoke a lot. Neither am I. They always loved having me over. We wouldn't always talk. We would honestly rarely talk. I would be there, have some conversations, chat, eat their food. And nowadays, I kind of regret not asking more questions, having more conversations, wanting to learn more about them. Like, this man had 82 years of experience. And I didn't I didn't care because I was a young kid and I didn't know. I didn't. Well, like I said, he passed away. That left a hole in the entire family. Without him, my grandma couldn't keep living where they did. They lived in a house far into the woods, basically a summer cabin. And without him around, she has hard of hearing. She couldn't really take care of herself. She has a hard time walking. So we got her into a nursing home. And she still lives there. She is just a 10-minute walk away from me now. And me and my mom took care of her, mainly. Also my uncle, but he helps a lot, don't get me wrong. But he helps more in the financial aspect. Keeping track of paying her bills, paying so she can stay there, paying for her food. And I love him to pieces for that. But he's also super busy. He works way too much for a man at his age. He just last Saturday turned 60. No, not 60. 80. Not 80. I'm just getting all confused with the English language. He turned 58. And you can definitely see it on him. He ain't got so much brown hair left. It's mostly gray. But me and my mom would visit a lot of the time. If there was any problems or something gone wrong, it would be me and her who went over there. My mom has always had a hard time with sickness. She was the strongest person I've ever met. In my early life, she drank a lot. She would go to a bar, be with friends, get hammered, and come home. She was an alcoholic, and oh, there's a dog going crazy. I'll take a different path to not disturb him. Oh, it's not a dog. It's a little deer. A tiny little thing. Oh, he's so cute. Hey, buddy. Sometimes they want to say hi. Whoa, uneven ground here. Hey, buddy. He's not interested in saying hi. It's a shame. If we had been further down, there's an apple orchard. Orchard? A place where a lot of apples grow, basically. Let me zoom out again. But there's an apple orchard? I don't know how you say that word exactly. A lot of the time, you can feed them apples, and it's so fun to see them eating. I will try to get that on video someday. But where was I in my story? My mom, in a lot of ways, were the strongest person I've ever met. She had a lot of demons. She was an alcoholic for a lot of her life. And one day, her doctor basically said it black on white. If you keep drinking, you're gonna die. And I kind of woke her up. And her think, what do I want? Do I want to just sit at a bar and just waste my fucking life away? No. So she just quit. Cold turkey. And she kept going to bars. She knew the owner of the bar. Actually, it's funny on theme. The bar is called Hjorten. Basically means deer, or the deer. She knew the owner, so she asked if he would mind getting a few sodas, and she would obviously keep buying them. And he was like, yes, of course. They only served liquor before, but now they had these cherry sodas just for her. And then she got sick. It's funny how cruel life can be. Because one of my earliest memories of my mom is her sleeping on the couch and me coming up to her in the middle of the night. Don't know what time it was, but it was late. I should have been sleeping, but I wasn't because I didn't have a parent supervision. And my mom basically says, I'm sorry for being different. I'm sorry for not acting like myself. And I didn't say anything. I don't remember that I said anything to her. Fast forward a couple of years, 6, 7, something like that. I'm sitting at home, I'm playing on my Xbox, Minecraft or something stupid like that. And I'm just angry. I don't know why, but I was angry a lot. Angry at her, angry at life. And she comes in and she says, "Hey, can I talk with you?" "Not right now. Can we please have a conversation?" And I pause my game and I say, "What?" Angry. And she sits down next to me on my bed and she says, "I have cancer." I paused. "What do you mean that you have cancer? You can't have cancer. You walk around, you're okay." And she hugs me. I'm sorry, she says. And from that point on, I spent a lot more time at my grandparents'. I was worried, sick, because she was in another part of the city, part of the country. She was in the Copenhagen hospital, Ried. I don't know if it has an English name. And I live in Aarhus, so we couldn't really go visit her a whole lot. We did a few times, but not a lot. And eventually she got a transplant. And she became a lot better. But not for long. I actually don't remember what the first thing she got was. But she got better. She started just walking again. She was happy. She was living life, and I was home again. And then one day she started getting sick again. And more in like the traditional, I have a cold. But it was just worse. So she called on her mom and dad, and they came up and were babysitting me. Even though I was definitely old enough to be just by myself. I could entertain myself. And I don't have a good time frame for how old I actually was, because yeah, I was definitely not old enough to really comprehend that my mom was this sick. And I don't remember what I was doing. I remember what happened here. I was, for some reason, in the hallway. My mom came out of her bedroom. She ran throughout the living room, into the hallway, and into the bathroom, and she threw up. Oh my god, hey. Hey, buddy. Amazing. But she threw up into the toilet, but not like you normally do. She threw up blood, and my grandparents immediately called the emergency number, and she was picked up by an ambulance and got flown with helicopter again to Copenhagen, because her primary doctors and physicians were over there at that point, because she needed specialized doctors. And they found out that she had a liver disease. They never found out what it was. But she got a liver transplant after, I want to say, half a year, maybe a bit more. And that held up for a while. This might have been around 2016. And then here, 5 months ago, she got really sick again. Kept complaining about her back hurting, her stomach hurting. Really just, she didn't have peace. She couldn't sleep at night. She couldn't really eat. At this point, she had cancer 4 times. And I thought it was cancer again. The doctors were also looking for cancer cells. Never found anything, but eventually they discovered what was going on just too late. Her liver disease that we still don't know what is. She has had some of the best liver doctors in our country at national meetings because they were trying to discover what was going on. But the only conclusion is that this is just a 1 in a billion sickness, fluke, call it what you want. I just call it pain. Where my mom's liver basically just shuts down, and they don't know why. This time they caught it really late. So it had affected the other organs, like her lung, her stomach, and it had gone all the way to the brain. So before I knew any of this, what I knew was that, again, I was playing, because all these stories start with me not paying attention to the people around me. That's something I'm trying to change now. I was sitting online with a couple friends, and we'd just gotten done with a game. And I take off my one headphone piece, and I hear my mom crying. So I say, hey, I gotta go for a bit. gotta check up on my mom. And I hear that she's calling my name very faintly. Can I please come and help her? And I go in and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? And she's sitting with a bag of blood. And I immediately call 911 or 112, as we have it in Europe. And we get an ambulance. My mom is rushed to the hospital. And I keep trying to contact her. I don't immediately go to the hospital because of it's a whole other story, but I have a lot of trauma around hospitals. I have a very hard time going to hospitals. So I keep trying to call her, contact her, write to her. She's not answering or picking up anything. And eventually I call the hospital after about 3 weeks of no contact. And I get basically told that she is in a coma. And I start crying. And they say that they don't know if she's gonna wake up. Well, 1 week later, and she does. She wakes up and she's able to kind of speak. She's very slurred in her words. But the doctor, primary doctor for her, whose name is also Christian, like me, and his assistant, Thomas, they call me up to the hospital and they say that they want to talk with me. So I'm like, okay, there's some important information. And I pick myself up and I go to the hospital. I was in my school, it's right next to the hospital. And I come over and they basically tell me, your mom's very sick. And we don't expect her to survive. We can't help her any more than we are. And the only help we can really give her is comfort treatment. Make her feel the least amount of pain possible. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. I mean, please do the best you can. Please, is there anything we can do? No. If one more thing goes wrong, if she gets sick or if she throws up again, she's gonna die. I'm sitting there in a chair crying my fucking eyes out whilst my mom is sleeping in front of me. She doesn't look anything like what I remember. Just 1 month prior, she didn't have any color in her skin. She was totally yellow because her liver wasn't working. Her eyes were bloodshot. And her hair was totally messed up because she'd been lying in a bed for 4 weeks. And at that point I go to her and I visit every day. And 1 week later she was gone. I miss her every single day. If I could do anything, I would just have one last conversation with her. Tell her how much I love her. Everything I didn't get to say. Tell her that I was gonna be fine. Even though I know that's a lie. I think it would have meant a lot to her to just hear it. Kind of a hard start on this whole YouTube adventure, but, well, gotta get everything out there at some point. I'm still trying to figure everything out. We don't know where we're going. Not in life. You might have a plan, but anything can happen. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely out of the forest. So I think that's it for this video. I might make another one today in another forest, but we'll see.